Speedway Report is a production of ZTV. We have no World 100, but we do have a placeholder. Some great short track talent was on display over the weekend, and I just spent a week in Boone, Iowa for the IMCA Super Nationals. All this and more. Welcome to Speedway Report for Monday, September the 14th, 2020. From the shores of Lake Norman in Race City, USA, Mooresville, North Carolina, I'm Patrick Reynolds, and thank you for joining the fastest half hour in racing. Remember, are you a YouTube subscriber? You should be. Please do. We could always use some more folks on YouTube. The channel is back up and running. We've got a pretty good audience that follows us there each week, as well as other social media platforms. Let's roll right through the Speedway Report Victory Lane lap. Tell you who won what as we work our way through the middle stages of September. NASCAR's Cup Series was in Richmond, Virginia Saturday night for 400 laps. Brad Keselowski was your winner there. Xfinity cars raced on Friday night. Justin Allgaier took the checkered flag, and trucks kicked off the weekend last Thursday. Grant Enfinger, beware the finger. He wound up in Victory Lane in the trucks. NASCAR's Whelen Modified Tour was on the Magic Mile in Loudon, New Hampshire. Bobby Santos III, we've called his name before. The Little 500 just over a week ago, and gosh, third generation star showing the short track world how it's done. In Mid-Ohio, the Indy cars raced a doubleheader in Lexington Saturday. Will Power saw the checkered flags first, and on Sunday, 20-year-old Colton Herta took his third career IndyCar Series win. Formula One held the Grand Prix of Tuscany in Italy. Lewis Hamilton was your winner. Over on the dirt, World of Outlaw Sprint Cars raced a doubleheader in Dodge City, Kansas. On Friday night, Jacob Allen won the A-Main, and on Saturday night, Sheldon Haudenschild won that. I'm already talking about these second and third generation guys. And remember, Santos' grandfather, Haudenschild's dad. Gosh, it must mean I'm getting younger, right? Arco, we're at Toledo, Ohio. Sam Mayer, we've called his name a lot lately, he took another win. USAC Sprints raced Friday night in Bloomington, Indiana, where Chris Windham won the feature. And Putnam, Indiana hosted a doubleheader on Saturday night. Chase Stockin and Brady Bacon split the twin USAC Sprint main events. Ray Swinehart won the small block modified feature race at Grandview, Pennsylvania on Saturday night. In CBD, Craig Von Dorn is your track champion on the hill. The International Classic was held in Eldora, Rossburg, Ohio. No World 100 in 2020, postponed until 2021, as well as the USAC Four Crown Nationals. Jonathan Davenport passed poor Kyle Strickler on the final lap. Oh gosh, after a tire failure, bit Strickler. Davenport, 50 grand richer after 67 laps. Hopefully, I'm very, very eager for the World 100 to come back next year. One of the staples and tent poles of the dirt track world. As I wanted to say, kick off the show, welcome to a politics-free Speedway Report. Just a random note I keep noticing, not we, I'll speak for myself. More and more sports broadcasts are bleeding politics into it, either by the commentators or the participants. Speedway Report remains free of that. You're here for racing, we're going to talk racing. Yes, I follow politics. Yes, I have my opinions about the world. They're just not expressed right here. You guys want to hear about fast cars? We got fast cars for you. Let's talk about, the International Classic, which kind of sort of, halfway the World 100 this year. Not really. 2/3 of a World 100. Kyle Strickler coming out of the IMCA Style Modifieds, making some late model starts. And oh, what an amazing performance he put on. Led so many laps, came so close to that. That would have been a very, very big step in kickoff to his career. If I had a hard luck award to give each week, might go to Strickler, the high side tickler, with that great run on Saturday night. And I'm proud for Eldora to try to at least run something. So many tracks are trying to run something, even though those big marquee events not held, cannot be held, trouble to hold what have you. I don't know. Depends on what your governor is, what kind of mood he's in, she's in, where zip code you are. It's tough to see. We're all facing so many stresses in 2020. When there's a race, I'm thrilled with it. I've probably done less complaining this year than I have ever with the races that I've seen. We're going to get to what I saw over the weekend very soon. Strickler's Drive. I also want to talk about Bobby Santos III. He's an amazing talent, much like Kyle Larson. And I don't believe I called Kyle Larson's winning name on anything over the weekend here, which is the first in a while, like we talked about last week. But Bobby Santos putting up the same kind of reputation as Kyle Larson, just a short track superstar, immense talent in Santos. Should he be in the big leagues? He sure looks like it. Will he ever get there? I don't know. Might be just one of those guys. I should take the word just out of that sentence. But one of those guys that just lives on short tracks. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that to me. I have so much respect for so many of these short track guys. Santos wins in the modifieds, wins in all kinds of open wheel divisions. Silver Crown, he's won. Sprint Car, he was won just a few weeks ago in the Little 500. Amazing talent. Of course, the entire big league world is watching our podcast, as they do each and every week, and I'm sure those millionaire car owners are searching their cell phones for Santos' cell number right now, as he should be. He's not in the big leagues. He should be. Call him. Please put him in a big league car. He deserves it. Well, anyway, I am drying out, kicking the mud off, and still doing pile of laundry. I think I've got piles forever now. For the IMCA Super Nationals in Boone, Iowa. I was there for the good portion of the past week. I have been told for decades, and I have read for decades, Patrick, you gotta go see the Super Nationals in Boone. One of dirt racing's major events. You gotta see this thing, man. They were right. I went, I saw, they were right. And this was not even a great year. I'll tell you what, the weather was horrible. We'll get into that in a moment. But this event, it reminded me, because since I grew up, I'm an East Coast guy. I grew up in the Northeast. Definitely has the flavor, the feel of Super Dirt Week or Eastern States Weekend for the center steer modifieds, the big block cars up in the Northeast, and small blocks and the support classes. That has that type of feel. It is that type of big stage for these Midwest guys to display their talent. The weather was absolutely dreadful. As I talked to the locals who have been there for many, many years, and the weather we have faced, let's say, for comparison, Super Dirt Week in Oswego, New York, and Syracuse, New York, a week-long event outside in the fall, in the Northeast, on the mile, in Syracuse, you are going to lose some time, some days to weather. It will happen. When you have glorious weather all week, you remember it. Write it down, and we're thankful for it. But normally, I've seen snow fall at Rolling Wheels in Syracuse, New York. The weather in Boone, Iowa was horrible. It rained every single day I was there. I landed on Tuesday, and the windshield wipers were going the entire week. I flew back to North Carolina on Sunday. Blue sky finally opened up on Sunday. It rained literally Tuesday through Saturday. At some point in the day, every single day, it rained. Now, soaking wet on Tuesday, wet there Wednesday. They were looking to get going. They're late at night, early in the morning. Boone Speedway is not afraid to run a mini Rolex 24. They will start at 10 or 11 at night. They will go till sunrise. They have in years past. What we found out this week is that they raced in the rain somewhat on Thursday, a very heavy, wet track, and pushed the show along. By the time the modified features were lining up Thursday, close to midnight on Friday morning, it was raining. Not a downpour, but definitely raining, and they ran to try to get some laps in the show in. Thursdays, oh gosh, the lap times were roughly 7 seconds slower than they should have been. It was a tough deal. I saw a better track on Saturday, but to my recollection, Tuesday was a washout. Wednesday, there was some laps run very late in the day. Thursday's racing got in well into the morning, and that was Wednesday's show. Then Thursday and Friday's show were pushed into a doubleheader on Saturday. Then Saturday's finale was pushed to Sunday. Got all that? Good. It's a little confusing, I know, but we began racing Saturday at 10 in the morning, and it ended around 3 or 4 in the morning on Sunday. It was a good 17, 18 hours of straight racing as they ran 2 complete programs, which were about 10 hours apiece. 8.5, 9, whatever the math comes out to. The Thursday, Friday doubleheader Saturday, and then the finale on Sunday. As I got to the track on Saturday morning, it looked like there were 202 entries in the modified class. This is already significant because several teams, many teams, had gone home and withdrew from the event already. This event clearly looks to showcase 300 to 400 IMCA modifieds, and I'll tell you, it is a lengthy qualifying procedure from drawing for the heat races, which are about 8 laps and feature roughly 10 cars. B-mains, last chance qualifiers, go into the feature. Qualifying cars go into the feature. The feature races run. Those cars move on to the next round. There's no way I could explain it all to here. I got a rough idea on how it works. It is with that many cars, much like the Chili Bowl or the Knoxville Nationals. Complicated procedure with points, where you stand. But there's always the underdog stories. There's always the heavy hitter stories for the IMCA cars. There's these stories in this big event and so much prestige. This is the Daytona 500 for IMCA. I was impressed with it. Boone Speedway's tenacity to keep this show moving along with the rain that they had was just off the charts. They never got up. I don't know when the officials, vendors, track personnel ever slept from the time I was in town. Maybe they took naps here and there. I don't know, but it is the type of track, a dirt track, that uses a jet dryer in an attempt to get it ready to race. Now, I told you guys about my trip to Southern Illinois Raceway in July with the downpour of the summer pouring rain. Flooded really the track grounds, and first time I saw a helicopter come in to dry a track surface. The last few years, I have seen that posted on social media. I have seen it posted on videos on YouTube. I never witnessed it in person, but I saw that and witnessed it in person this year. To that effect, I have never seen a jet dryer be used on a dirt track before. Now I have. They made that kind of attempt. This is the mentality and the strength of the folks with IMCA and the Boone Speedway to try to get this week-long race in any possible way. Sunday was deemed a travel day for most teams as the big finale, the big dance, was set for Saturday night. That's what was pushed to Sunday. That is a travel day since most of these are working teams, the working man's type of a series. So if you are far enough down in points, as the rain and the laps just kept piling up, looking at Saturday's finale, several teams just packed up and went home early because of where they were. It was just an unfortunate situation. You can't do anything about the weather, and in 2020, goodness, I just shrug my shoulders at everything that happens now. I'm grateful for racing to happen. Boone Speedway, I got to recommend the IMCA Super Nationals to absolutely everybody watching this show. If you've never been, which I hadn't, and I talk about bucket list races all the time on this program, stuff I want to go see, stuff I need to see, just stuff I got to check off the list. The Boone Super Nationals is definitely one of them. Technically, I can check it off the list, but it's kind of a half a check. If I was apologized to once, I was apologized to 25 times for locals and the weather. I did not get the full feel of the Super Nationals because of the weather. Just the racing, the track surface, the party atmosphere. It is what it is. It's a fantastic event. I just didn't feel it. But I could see the potential here. I could see it. I saw the track dry out finally on Saturday, was worked in. It's a tremendous racing service. Boone Speedway puts on excellent dirt track racing with a groove up high with a cushion. There's a middle groove. There's a low groove. And cars are fast in all of the lanes. The stock cars, which is kind of like a street stock, late model-y style cars, Those have put on good racing. The Sport Compacts do, the B Modifieds, the Featured Modified class, all of them race fantastic. So it's not, well, let's talk about the Syracuse Mile for a minute in my comparisons with Super Dirt Week. That is what it is. Well, how was the racing at Syracuse? Not really very good. It was largely a single file parade, lots of dust, where it was pit stop strategy, and the speed was impressive, but the side-by-side slingshot slide job back and forth on the mile didn't exist. It was a big race. It was a good race, but it was an event. Super Nationals, I can tell, is good racing if given the chance and given the opportunity to prep and farm the track. In the tight windows of time, they could prep and farm the track, and it was good. I got to thank Bill Martin and Brett Root for their leadership, their hospitality, their professionalism, their efforts, and the entire team at Boone Speedway. If you've never been, please go. It is highly recommended. You can check it off your short track bucket list. I intend to go back in 2021, hopefully for better weather with all of this. I got to hang out with a lot of cool people. Two big players in short track racing, Chad Wares from Wares Machine, and the legendary party machine himself, Corey Drips. Yes, got to hang out with both these guys for a while, and gosh, I was on the inside groove there at the IMCA Super Nationals. Just with good weather, you're going to see 300 or 400 cars. Get on your calendar for 2021, and if you can head to the Midwest, go see the Super Nationals. The support divisions are racing. The modifieds have good racing. It's good across the board. And I certainly want to congratulate Ricky Thornton Jr., who was the big winner of the big dance of the modified race there. A tremendous event for a guy like me who's been to Eastern States and Super Dirt Week. This brought back a lot of memories and a lot of good feeling. We need more short track events of this. When I buy my own track, I'm going to make one for the pavement modifieds. I don't know how, I don't know where, I don't know when, but that I want to bring that race back, that event. Not just a race, not just a championship points, not just a purse, but an event that everybody wants to be a part of. That is the IMCA Super Nationals in Boone, Iowa. Jumping back one week, getting away from the IMCA, let's go to the IMSA, or IMSA. They had a Labor Day weekend race down in Road Atlanta in Georgia. I didn't even know about it. I was actually checking to see what was new with IMSA this coming weekend, and I saw some results from 2 weeks ago that I didn't even know about. I didn't even know the race was held, and it's about 4 hours away from me. And I host an auto racing talk show. Is that about the size of things for 2020? That's about the shape of the world, isn't it? Where the schedule changes, races come and go. They're scheduled for 2 weeks out. We don't really know what's happening next week. Maybe there's a race. We're not sure. That whole thing. And it's like I was given the results last week. I didn't report on the IMSA race down in Road Atlanta. I didn't even know it happened. Jordan Taylor and Elio Castro Neves won it. It was about 13 days ago. I didn't even know about it. But I don't know. Is that the case of social media or promotions when I try to stay off my phone a little bit more to enjoy real life, but I totally miss a race weekend? This to me is part of COVID, is that we're shifting so much stuff around. I personally lose track of some races, the calendar, the traditional dates, like the World 100, the Hoosier 100, the Little 500, the Indy 500. I can go on and on. So many races we just lost or were shifted or are flying under the radar or a little bit quiet about. I don't know. Just a strange year when an actually race like that happens and I don't even know about it and it's so close to home. Welcome to 2020, everybody. Let's talk about the Racer of the Week and give a tap to Dave Despain and Motor Week Illustrated. Well, I thought of several folks. I thought about Kyle Strickler in that tremendous run he had at the Eldora Speedway. Thought about Ricky Thornton Jr. at the IMCA Super Nationals. Thought about Colton Herta for his third career IndyCar win. But what really impressed me, I got to pick one. I don't give co-drivers. I got to give one racer, and I'm going to give it this week, Bobby Santos III, just displaying his diversity and the championship strength that he has across different forms of racing. That, as you know, those that are here every week and listen to me babble on, you know my affinity for guys that can hop in different disciplines and still win. A throwback to A.J. Foyt, to Mario, to Tony Stewart even. So Bobby Santos III, you're in that club. You're in that category. I'm impressed with your win at the Musket 200 at New Hampshire Speedway, coming off a win in the Little 500 just the weekend before. In between our broadcasts, keep up on the world of auto racing with SpeedwayReport.com. This show and all of our past ones are uploaded on the site. We've also got some articles to read. Social media. Speedway Report with Patrick Reynolds on Facebook. Racers Reunion on Facebook. And on Twitter, I'm at Speedway Pat and at Speedway Report. You can also check us out at RacersReunion.com, where we all started. Go to the forum, and we are archived there. And don't forget to subscribe to the Speedway Report YouTube channel. Big thanks to everyone on Facebook who tuned in live tonight. Paul, good to see you. Thanks for coming back, and glad you are hearing us okay. I want to thank all of the Americans past and present for the freedoms we enjoy as Americans in our daily life, including the simple things like bench racing right here on a Monday night. Freedom is not free, and a veteran paid that bill for us. To all of the men and women who are defending freedom and watching Speedway Report, take care of yourselves and come home soon. A special salute to the teachers, school staff, firefighters, paramedics, and especially the police officers that have such a difficult job right now. You're all taking care of us in our own communities. You are the quiet and modest heroes every single day. God bless you all, and thank you. You've been watching Speedway Report from the shores of Lake Norman in Race City, USA, Mooresville, North Carolina. Please like our Facebook page, Speedway Report with Patrick Reynolds, and follow me on Twitter at Speedway Pat. Now, right now, if you're watching us on September 14th, live on Facebook, head to the Drag Racing List page. Bill Pratt and John Bockelman are back live this evening. Now, I'll be back live here on Facebook Monday, September 21st with a Freedom 76er at Grandview, Pennsylvania. NASCAR's National Touring Series are in Bristol, Tennessee, mid-September. Okay. World of Outlaws will be in Oklahoma and Texas, and we'll always have a bunch of short track racing. Thank you all for watching. You take care of yourselves and take care of each other. I'll see you all next week.